What is up, YouTube? This is Ender from War and Glory bringing you the latest recap. This being the second week of the playoffs for the CWL Invite League. Getting the 5-star victory over Spartans Legacy. Obviously, we are in the second round after the Swarm got a clan ban from Supercell midweek. That ban came late in the week, Thursday, around noon, for all you Americans. So with next to no preparation, we had to build 40 or so fresh bases. So huge shout out I know a little more specifically at 10s and 11s, but Maverick and Albert made huge contributions to base building, as did Revenge, Vincent, a couple others, and performed well despite not being able to test a single base. Unfortunately, after week one, we had a couple War and Glory members leave. One of them being probably our biggest Town Hall 10 base builder, but team pulled through this week, put in a lot of effort on that Thursday and Friday, taking until the last 30 minutes to get bases set. So pretty crazy there, but performed very well. Did get the 5-star victory, but don't let that fool you. The war was a lot closer than 5 stars. Spartans Legacy did miss 2 Town Hall 9 attacks and 1 11 attack, then had another 11 disconnect. I think if they got both of those in, it would have been close. If we didn't get a 1-star victory, would have come down to percentage. I'm pretty sure we would have had it. But still, well fought by both sides, and don't let the score fool you. Was neck to neck all the way throughout this war. Super exciting to watch. And we will jump in here quick with some 10v10s. Both clans got 5 10v10s on both sides, and if I remember correctly, both clans were pretty close with a couple extra 10v10s. I know we had a 99 left on the board, maybe a couple others that were close. This was a attack that Garrett here on his Town Hall 10 account went in with. Awesome open by Golden Armada on this. Very cool double wall break, 2 layer wall break for that queen to get inside, and does get just massive value from a baby dragon, a whiz, and his heroes. So gonna get in there, a couple archer towers, does get that inferno and the enemy queen. Gonna poison that CC so they stay behind that queen. And Golden Armada did get the queen down. Garrett here leaves just a sliver of health, but one little drop from a loon or a pup, and that is going down. So we'll start that La Luna at about 6 o'clock, moving counterclockwise. Does have the rage, and did keep a skeleton spell in the arsenal, just in case that queen didn't go down all the way. And did send a CC Loon from about 10:30 to pull out a lot of traps. Golden Armada probably would have had this base fresh if it weren't for fat fingering 2 rages. So swagging 2 rages and still came pretty close. So Garrett here just destroys the base. The flow of the war, both teams were around, just a couple 10v10s, all heading into those last few hours, and bases just started dropping. Pretty exciting to watch. This was one after that first attempt. Took us a couple more tries to get down, but very nice attack here by Garrett. And a lot of variety we're seeing at Town Hall 10 here. So that first one was a Sui Hero Lalo. Seeing that pretty often. Here, Baker, the bitch god, is going in with his bowlers and witches. Did get somewhat close here on the first attack with miners. But that miner attack showed that there weren't many traps along the flanks. So seemed like a pretty standard bitch could get the job done. And when you need a bitch, Baker's the one to get it for you. So double jump in here. It does have a couple wizards to help the queen take down that hound. Bowlers do get a couple shots off on that mortar, not able to take it down. Unfortunately, both golems get stuck in one of those first few compartments, so we're wanting those golems and bowlers to break through that wall and get out in front to help tank for that queen. But it does have a couple witches and bowlers running down that 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock side that will provide just enough firepower to get through this base. So did have that queen ability and able to pop that pretty late in the raid. Still has at least one golem not popped, so kind of destroyed this base. And this was another one came in the last 15 minutes or so. So really just racking up the stars in especially the last hour. A lot happened. So very nice from Baker there. We will look at Stitch here. Probably my favorite 10v10 from this war, so we will watch this one with care. Has a couple minions here to take out some trash buildings, a wizard too. Essentially the goal here, he's running with a lot of miners and 14 loons. He wants to use those heroes to get both these mortars taken care of, and whatever else they can take care of. And then we'll direct target the other two mortars with loons. And at that point, we'll have a direct route for loons to target those infernos. So going to haste 2 sets of loons right into those infernos. When those are down, you're pretty much left with Town Hall 9 base that can be minored. So going to bring those miners in from 430. Does have 4 heals and 2 poisons for him. So not going to rage through this queen. Typically you'll see miners raged, especially through infernos, but sometimes queens as well. Doesn't need that here. The miners do jump ahead and miss that wizard tower. The queen, still alive though, is able to take that down, and there is that archer tower there. Something that troops I think will have to work back for, but not a worry. Now that queen did take the wizard tower down, unfortunately looks like we'll take the lava hound down as well. But plenty of miners going into the back end of this base. Still a heal left, gonna drop that there. And crazy health left on these miners. The Wiz Tower, the really only concern here, gonna be taken down pretty quickly. And miner raids go through the base fairly fast, so no worries about backtracking and getting that archer tower, or air defense, whatever. So nice hit by Stitch there. We will move on to the next one. That would be Connor on 20. Connor with his TLW account. Going in with dragons. I said Stitches might have been my favorite attack, but I might have spoke too soon. I always love watching dragons tear through a base. Connor here is going to Sui his queen at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock rather. She's able to get 2 air defenses down and keep walking around the base to get a couple cannons. That will be important as he does have CC bowlers. So he's going to bounce a golem, CC bowlers, and his king into the base. The first hit on this attack, the queen died. So I guess the timing of the ability let that king survive here. She's actually going to take out the hound, so going a little overdrive here. Now the first dragon on this attack, the dragon attack on this base, that Barb King did beat through the wall and take down that Inferno. We weren't expecting that. Thought that'd be somewhat hard to replicate, but that BK does get into that Inferno compartment again and take it down, so really, really nice open here, especially with both those heroes. Does have that hound out in front of the dragon's tank, hasting a couple loons into that Inferno and saving a couple for the back end. Does have the rage heal and rage for these dragons. And slowly but surely they are just going to tear through this back end. I think only one seeking air mine on the back end, so not much to get in the way of these dragons. And yeah, Connor tears through the base. So always fun watching dragons, especially at Town Hall 10. And last but not least, for the 10v10s, we have Connor again. So getting the 6-pack at 10v10, coming in with a Queen Walk to Lalo. Gonna bowler bounce to help set that funnel for the queen. Waited on those healers until the queen was taking damage a little early with that first one. Wanted to follow the bowler. Fortunately, that bowler died fairly quickly, not a problem. Quick lure on the Lalo CC does have that BK out and then a bowler strategically placed to bounce out that archer tower while the BK is tanking, so nice job there. Wiz in a rage to help out with the lava pups. And then should be jumping into the core at about 7 o'clock. Does get a nice jump there. Should reach the core, get that enemy queen down, and that Inferno tower as well. Hopefully some sweepers too. And that will leave him 2 rages and a haste for a couple hounds and loons to Lalo the rest of the space. Oh, does use one of those rages with that queen walk. Does get a key sweeper there. As this Lalo starts at 10:30, moving clockwise and tearing through the rest of the space. Definitely helps with the queen up, beating on that back end expo, and then hopefully getting in on some air defenses as well. So, mad props to our Town Hall 10s this war. A lot of variety in attacks, a lot of variety in the people attacking. Big shout out to Connor for getting a 6-pack. And we will move on to a 9v9. This is Gafoor going in with his second attack of a fresh 6-pack, so well done here. Going to Suihiro Lalo. Once that CC lure, obviously doesn't know the Teslas are there. Drops a couple extra loons when he's not able to get that lure. Kind of works out nicely. Definitely expending a lot of loons at the beginning of this attack, but does get 3 Teslas. And sees that it is either a Golem or Hound CC. So, gonna bring in both his heroes with 2 baby dragons to funnel. Take out as much of the base as he can, and I'll load the rest. So while this is going on, I want to give a shout out to our base builders. Just putting in crazy work with no time. Did get 2 proper 11v10 dip fails from SL. So always nice to see your Town Hall 10s holding like that, especially when you're not able to test them throughout the week. I'm not sure if we're going to use... I think we're going to use all the time that we're given to prepare for DLZ this next week, but it is nice to know that we can get it done quickly when we need to. DLZ also was in the same case this week, hopping in for IT when they were taken out of the CWL for bans. So nice to see both clans that didn't have time to prepare able to get the job done. And that queen with the sliver of health able to take down a couple buildings before that hound gets on her. But still with one of Gafoor's hounds up, plenty of loons, and clean up all over the base. Going to finish strong with the fresh 6-pack. Want to give